Good day, my dear students. So, how are you? I hope you're doing well and feeling good. So, to start, I have here some simple prices. Simple prices for you guys. See, these are chocolates intended for you. Yes, you heard it right. I will give this to you, but you have to participate actively in our class. Okay, is that clear? So easy as that, okay? So, what have you learned last meeting about public speaking? Well, I hope you have gained the knowledge that public speaking is one of the most important forms of communication. Why? Well, because public speaking has the great power to influence decision, to create change, and simple as that, to motivate change and inspire others rather. Okay, so today we are to talk about the ethics of public speaking. If last meeting you get to know what public speaking is, now you get to know the ethics of public speaking. So, at the end of this class, I am expecting you, my dear students, to interpret and describe the ethics of public speaking and to assume responsibility in using this ethics of public speaking. Is that clear? Okay, let's start. Again, having gained the idea that public speaking is one of the most important forms of communication, now you get to know about the ethics of public speaking. So, because of the crucial world that we are into nowadays, we have the responsibility, or um, let me rephrase, there is a responsibility that we have to do whenever we get to speak in public. And these responsibilities are what we call the ethics of public speaking. So I have prepared here materials in a form of video presentation from YouTube, YouTube videos that you may have later after our class so that you can watch more and further feed your minds about the ethics of public speaking. So now I will require you to get your your pens and paper rather, so you can take down notes of the essential details that will be presented in the video that you will be watching, so you will have a guide on answering my questions after you've watched the video. Okay, is that clear? Are my instructions clear, class? Okay, so now I'll let you watch this video. Please listen, pay attention, please. Remember the chocolates, okay?
Hello, and welcome to our School at Home class in English Grade 10. We are in the first quarter of our set of lessons, and I hope everybody will delight in learning today with lesson number 16. From our previous lessons, we already gained the idea that public speaking is one of the most important forms of communication. It has the power to influence decisions, motivate change, and inspire others. Because of this crucial role, there's a responsibility we have to do whenever we need to speak in public. These responsibilities can be called ethics in public speaking. Let us first define the term ethics. Ethics refers to having morally acceptable values and behaviors. Why needed in public speaking, you say? First of all, your audience not only needs to believe in your message, but they also need to trust you as their message giver. To engage them in this way, you have to present yourself with ethical behavior. Yes, including your speech. Now with that settled, here are the things you need to know about ethics in public speaking. Number 1. Be honest and avoid plagiarism. Plagiarism is a crime committed by stealing other people's words or ideas and taking them as your own. Another term for this is literary theft, and it is punishable by law. Next time you want to use a line from your favorite book, you might want to think about that first. Number 2. Identify your sources. Recalling the sources of your information is important because it allows your audience to check if your message is credible and true. If you do this, you will not have to worry about getting in trouble for plagiarism. Number 3. Use paraphrasing and direct quotations. In order to support your speech claims, you need to understand the process of paraphrasing and direct quotation. What's the difference? Paraphrasing is when you learn information from another source and then share that same information in your own words. In writing a paraphrase, you don't need to put quotation marks. Direct quotation is any sentence or string of sentences that conveys someone's idea word for word. In speaking, you have to mention who said the idea and say exactly what they said. And in writing, you need to use quotation marks and, of course, credit the source. Number 4. Set responsible speech goals. Ensuring that you have responsible speech goals is one way to achieve ethical communication in public speaking. There are several goals you can do, and here are some of them. Number 1. Promote diversity. In doing this, you show appreciation for the differences among your audience and speech content. You can choose a topic with multicultural issue or choose a language that relates to your listeners of different backgrounds. Number 2. Use inclusive language. You can do this by using the we language. This gives the audience the feeling of being included and connected with you, the speaker. If done well, your audience will better understand your message and no one will feel left behind. Number 3. Avoid hate speech. Being ethical means you develop awareness of your words. Words are powerful, so you must never use words or phrases that express hatred, isolate, or degrade a particular person or group. Don't waste the opportunity to say something good. The world needs a lot of that. Number 4. Raise social awareness. Speakers should consider it a responsibility to educate listeners by recognizing important issues that affect societies. The platform you have as a public speaker can empower others to make a positive change in the world. Can you think of an issue we face nowadays? Maybe we can talk about that. Number 5. Respectful free speech. You have the right and ability to voice your opinions and values to an audience. So is everybody else. Freedom of speech must be balanced with your responsibility as the speaker to respect your audience at all times. Offending or degrading will not inform or persuade them. Come on, why would you even want to disrespect someone? That's just rude.
Okay, so after watching the video presentation, it is now the time to answer my questions. Remember the chocolates? Now is your time to prove that you deserve it. First, after watching the video presentation, what do we mean by ethics? So, ethics refers to having morally acceptable values and behaviors. To add, according to Thomas Dam, ethics is making judgment or decisions between right and wrong within a certain context, and this involves complex choices. So, why or how do you think ethics is related to public speaking? According to the video, it says that the audience not only needs to believe in your message, but they also need to trust you as the message giver. So, your primary goal as a speaker is to catch their attention, to gain their trust. You get it? So, to engage them, we, as the public speaker, if ever we get the chance to speak in public, we have to present with ethical behavior, including our speech. Right? Okay. So, these are the things that we, especially you, as future public speakers, should know about ethics in public speaking. So, what is the first identified ethics of public speaking? Yeah, that's right. Be honest and avoid plagiarism. So, what do we mean by plagiarism? Yeah, plagiarism is a crime committed by stealing other people's words or ideas and taking them as your own. So, plagiarism is a simple act of stealing and it is punishable by law. Do you know that? Well, this should be common to you since you are already in grade 10, right? So, another term for plagiarism is literary theft. And as I mentioned earlier, it is punishable by law. So, you see how important it is to be aware of getting answers from the internet by simply doing copy and paste. You know, this is trend with you students. You just control C and then control V. Copy and paste, which is very wrong. And if you are caught, you know you can go to jail. I'm telling you. So plagiarism is something that students usually do. right? But you don't want to go to jail, don't you? Please be careful. So, to be honest, in your speech and to avoid plagiarism, you need to identify your sources. Not just identify, but you need to cite sources. Are you familiar in citing sources? Well, you must be. So, identifying the sources or simply recalling the sources of your gathered information is important because what? Well, it is important because it allows the audience to check if the message is credible and true. So, for example, I am citing my sources in delivering my speech. So, am I credible with that? Will you believe the information that I'm saying? Well, yes, you should because I'm citing my sources and I'm not taking it as my own. Okay? So, it entails the credibility of your speech. And by this, you don't have to worry about plagiarism anymore by simply citing sources. You get it? Very good. Next, we have to use paraphrasing and direct quotations. Thus, we should first understand the process of the two. Okay? So, paraphrasing is when you learn information from a source and then share that information in your own words. In short, you get the idea from this person, but you don't use how he says that idea. You um, you paraphrase it, you rephrase it, you say it with your own words, with your own choice of words, originally yours. While direct quotation is any sentence or string of sentences that conveys someone's idea word for word. So you see the difference in paraphrasing, you change the word. So the wordings are different from the original author. In direct quotation, you copy the statement word for word, then you quote it using quotation marks. Okay? In paraphrasing, you don't have to use quotation marks anymore. Okay, so the last ethics of public speaking identified in the video is to set responsible speech goals, which includes promote diversity, use inclusive language, avoid hate speech, raise social awareness, and respect respectful free speech. So let's sum up this fastly. So to generalize, always remember that when preparing a speech, it is important to think about the ethics of public speaking from the very beginning. This will allow you to be credible and trustworthy while you present a fair and accurate message to your audience. From our lesson, you can do this by being honest and avoiding plagiarism, identifying your sources, using paraphrasing and direct quotation, and lastly, setting responsible speech goals. So, because our words are powerful weapons, and with this, it is safe to remember what Spider-Man said, that with great power comes with great responsibility. And imagine it is quoted, with great power comes with great responsibility. That is a perfect example of direct quotation. So, for your application and practice, I will give you to write a persuasive essay or a position paper um, regarding topics related to multicultural issues that are evident nowadays. So, You will be graded through a peer rating and teacher rating using the agreed rubrics, your agreed rubrics. So that will follow. And then for evaluation, you will write an essay, a essay from the persuasive essay. So you have here the guidelines, guide questions rather. So we have what do you mean by ethics of public speaking? What do you think is its importance? And if you are to speak in a public speaking program, will you consider the ethics of public speaking? Why or why not? So as simple as that. And last for your assignment is on your journal, write one paragraph reflection essay about what you have learned in this lesson. So you will be guided by a table. So what I have learned, what I want to know more, and what will I do with what I've learned. Okay? So in case you forgot my name, I am Jenny Surgon, your demo teacher for today. I hope you learned a lot, or maybe even more. So you will receive your chocolates later. Thank you.